But back then, they didn't do that on purpose.
Or did they?
What the fuck did they make it with? The dicks?
I don't know, but whatever they did, even the stones, each stone.
Not on the outside. Well, that's over deterioration of time.
Exactly. Take 3,226. And we're live.
We're back.
Coming to you from the backstage studios.
I
don't even know.
Oh.
That was just random shit.
You didn't know where you were going with that?
No.
You just gonna wing it?
No, yeah.
Why do you side-eye the camera?
Because I like to look at it every now and then.
You just want to get them like the other one?
Yeah.
I winked with the wrong fucking eye.
Yeah, what's that?
I winked with my right eye and it's on my left.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? Hope you're liking the content so far.
I did it.
I love the fact that everybody is shit-talking you.
Everybody's shit-talking me, but that's fine.
Mr. I'm a rancher. But,
somebody got to crawl up somebody's ass.
My cords. We will leave that alone. Yeah, we're going to keep pushing content. So we're staying pretty consistent with it.
I think so, yeah.
That you all seem to be liking or disliking.
And I like it when they dislike it. Because they take my words all out of context.
Because I do it that way.
Because you do it that way. And I'm really not as bad of a guy as some of these shorts have made me sound.
So whoever's came here from the shorts and has watched the videos, hopefully that changed your mind about you.
Yeah. You got to watch the whole video to know what the hell we was talking about.
But I guess you can call that clickbait. That's what the kids call it nowadays. Is clickbait. Like, oh, you made me click on this and it wasn't exactly what you showed. And I'm like, yeah. Right. But I got you to click on it. So today we did some shed hunting.
Yeah, we did. It was fun.
We walked about, I don't know, what did we say, about 5 miles?
Yeah, right.
Found a set from last year that was, what was that, solid 8 or 10?
No, he was a solid 8, and he was pretty chewed up, but it was still cool.
He was clearly from last year's sheds. And then we found one, couldn't find the other one.
Yeah, never found the other side.
It's sad to say because he would have been nice.
Oh, dude, he was a 2-year-old.
Yeah, I'll let you describe him.
2-year-old mainframe 10 with a kicker off his 2. Like, he'd have been a stud in a couple of years.
Yeah, he'd have been,
Sucks to find deadheads like that, but it's also cool, too.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I walk. I just want to see them horns.
Yeah, we've talked about shed hunting, I think, a bunch, because it's one of your main hobbies, but I've never really shed hunted.
Right.
But, other than the boots I was wearing, which, lesson learned, I enjoyed it. I enjoy being in the woods.
Yeah.
And... I've never, not gonna lie, I might have missed some because I was looking for white, white, because, the deer we saw that ran off, he had some mass towards the bottom, but he was either a fork or a very small 6. He wasn't nothing, he's a big body.
Yeah.
But, we're not like Illinois. But,
Bright County.
we do have some pretty solid deer here.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I think you give him another 2 or 3 years, he might be one worth to look at. But, like we've said, sorry, and I've said, was never really much of a deer hunter, but this person that I know is not going to let me not be one, apparently. So, gonna see how that goes some more. You said you had some other places we can go check out, so we're going to see.
I got some fire places. This was just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
And it's what, February 2nd?
Yeah.
Dude, they're just starting.
Yeah.
Like, we literally, I've only found...
I got cuts fucking everywhere.
In the last, I know. I got some briars and stuff, but I've literally only found 3 so far this year that are this year's.
Yeah.
4 if you count the deadhead.
Yeah.
But they're just starting.
Fucking rogue.
Hey, speaking of which, we need to figure out, if anybody knows, comment or whatever, we need to figure out what those ones that Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura had that, like, didn't even have to poop instantly and, like, were super strong. I want to try them.
Right? I want to have to walk off camera and go shit. There's no door. But
I'd have to go outside. We'd have to stop filming.
I'd probably gotta lean against your cow out there.
It'd be way too close for comfort. I would have to hear it, and I don't want to hear it. This cabin is not big. It's meant for.
It's meant to hunt out of.
Yeah, to stay in and hunt.
It's literally just.
It's not meant for a couple guys to sit in and film a podcast while the other one shits.
No, that's kind of what we did. I might throw I'll probably throw the clips at the end of the video.
Oh, so if you're
anxious to see what they are. I recorded a little bit. Like we said, we were hoping for a lot more of a turnout. But I mean, like you said, it's early.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually early. But we saw some fucking rubs, though.
Oh,
that one, he annihilated an area.
Yeah, completely beat down all the briars around it. Had his own little boxing ring there with that poor tree.
A fucking cow could have laid in there.
Yeah.
In fact, full-size cow could have laid in that bitch. Okay, so it's on my brain. I know we've already done conspiracy theory shit, but you started watching something apparently today.
Oh, my God.
And you left me on a cliffhanger at work.
Oh, my God.
So refresh my brain here.
So, Sean Ryan. We watch him a lot. I'm going to look this guy's name up so I can remember exactly who he was. And this dude is full of conspiracy theories.
Really?
Like, I know people do podcasts and they want everybody to watch their podcast. But I'm telling you, you need to watch this episode on the Sean Ryan Show. This guy's name is... I didn't even watch the whole thing because I spiraled down a wormhole. And I was like, oh my God. Let me see here. I'm not real good with these phones. So it is...
And no, he's not 60.
No, I'm not 60. I'm 46. Okay, so it's episode... I can't even
For
see
anyone
it.
wondering,
okay,
yes,
maybe I am 60.
Sean
My
Ryan
eyes are
gives
not
everybody
that good.
permission to talk about
This
their
guy's
shit.
name is Billy Carson.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know much about this stuff. And I don't know much about what he was, like, I'm new to this whole subject.
Yeah.
But I guess there's such a thing as these Emerald Scrolls.
And you know the cool thing before you get too involved in this?
What?
I think you've heard it before. Because you watch a lot more Sean Ryan than I do.
Right.
He allows you to post shit from his videos. You just have to basically give him a shout out.
Oh, yeah. He's got all the free reels and clips.
Whatever he finds, I can go pull it up and put it in the video.
Oh, that would be cool.
So
that would be cool if you could do that.
You would have to just like watch it, skim through it again, and be like, it's at minute marker 33, whatever.
Oh, dude, there's the whole thing.
Oh, I'm not posting the whole
video. No, I'm saying it's the whole thing. He's going on this tangent, and so Sean opened up the video by saying these are all suggestions.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't want anybody to think that this is the way he believes and these are facts.
Yeah.
Because Sean's just became a Christian here recently. And I'm not going to say this guy's trying to debunk Christianity because he's not. And in certain spots in it, he talks about the Bible and Christianity and all this stuff. Dude, if this shit he's talking about is real, these Emerald Scrolls explain where the pyramids came from. Yeah. Like, this dude goes into detail, and he gives all these links where you can get on and research it. And I instantly thought of you because I'm like, oh, if Kodi ever watches this episode, he's going to spiral down a wormhole and burn his computer up trying to search all these different...
Well, here's my
And
thing.
they're all credited sites.
Okay, I get that. Okay. And in the previous episode of ours, you asked me if I thought Bigfoot was real.
He is.
And I said no. And then I don't know if we got on the alien topic or what the fuck ever. I think we did. I can't remember.
Maybe.
We gotta stop drinking so much. But my thing is I feel like if they found these scrolls from who fucking knows when, because there's no dates on this shit. They just
they carbon
date this, whatever.
And these were supposedly written before. You don't quote me on this because I'm not 100% correct. And like I said, it was such an intriguing episode. I had to stop.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I have to watch this. I'm just listening to it at work, and I'm like, oh, I gotta stop. Yeah. I want to watch this where I can really pay attention and really dive into what this dude's talking about. It's like before civilization was supposed to be here.
Okay, so here's that's what I wanted you to say. How the fuck can we read that?
So.
And you can't say AI. We program AI.
Right.
We tell it what to read and how to read it and everything else. So it's like, whose great grandma knew that fucking language, and now they know it?
Well, it's based off of, from what I gather,
it's a picture book.
It's based off of, it is kind of a picture book, but it's based off of a language. Like, I don't want to misquote it again, not positive, but from the way I took it, it's based off of like the Mayan language, and there's still people alive that know how to speak that.
Really?
Yeah, that's been passed down through generations and stuff like that. So, and then there's books wrote about some of this stuff from like way back when that depict certain things about it. So, like I said, this dude's like he's a professor at Harvard or Yale or some shit. He's like super well up in the community, but they hate him almost because he is talking about this stuff and they don't want him to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. Dude, he was talking about how the pyramids, and he brings it up and then goes into detail about it, how the pyramids have chambers in them that normal people don't get to see.
Yeah.
And how there was something to do with pi. This is what spiraled him down the wormhole to really research it. So if you measure this room, well, it's like the king's chamber. If you measure it, it comes out in centimeters, which is the metric, like perfect centimeters. And you measure these tubes that were like ventilation tubes, they're perfectly measure out in centimeters. And if you measure these boxes, they perfectly measure out in centimeters. Like all of this stuff perfectly measures out in centimeters, and centimeters supposedly wasn't even around then. So that's one red flag going, wait a minute, how can this stuff just accidentally measure out perfect?
Yeah, that's my thing.
And that form of measurement wasn't even around.
Did they measure any fucking thing?
And so he's convinced, this guy's convinced, that the pyramids were like a Tesla coil. You ever watched a Tesla coil? You know, the round balls that shoot lightning. And he studied Nikola Tesla and how he created it. So what he's trying to say is, and I'm telling you, this is an episode. I was raised in church. I believe in God. I'm going to heaven when I die. I'm not trying to debunk any of that because it's not my belief. But
you know the movie The Da Vinci Code tried to do that?
Dude, this guy preaches a pretty cool argument. Not against religion. Not at all.
There was always a debate between...
But it's pretty cool as in... It totally debunks a lot of history that we thought. Like, we didn't think people were alive when dinosaurs were here. Dude, if this shit's right, people were alive before dinosaurs were here.
And
they weren't necessarily people.
Yeah.
They were, he didn't really come right out and say aliens, but he did say people from another, I don't remember if he said dimension or planet or what, but that there's aquifers underneath those, like the Pyramid of Giza, the main big pyramid, there's a river that runs underneath of it. And the type of stone that it's made out of is conductive. And he believes that these things were like giant generators, that the pyramids were. And then he said there's pyramids there's pyramids in Mexico, like, the Mayans. But there's pyramids.
I thought that was Aztec.
Did you know? Yeah, but it's still a pyramid.
Yeah.
Did you know there are pyramids in like 7 countries?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Do you know they all face the same way?
And they're all in line with certain solar systems. They're all turned on a certain axis. Like oh my God, dude. I listened to this and I'm like, well, I kind of need to know about pyramids now. I didn't know any of this.
And away we go.
I'm telling you, wormhole freaked me out. And I'm sitting there watching it and I'm like,
this is like what I said the other episode. We went through conspiracy theory thing and you asked me, do you believe that we're the only people alive, like the only like human species.
No.
Fuck no.
No. There's got to be something smarter than us.
And do I think things have been here? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I believe Area 51's real? Fuck no. But I mean, like,
okay. We can agree to disagree because I think
do I believe there's a green fucking alien toy figurine laying on a table?
I bet he's not green.
They showed back in, what was that, the 60s?
Right. I bet he's not green.
No, but that's what people think of Alien. That's what they think of.
Right.
Or like the Predator movie. And I'm like,
I love that movie.
My thing is the way pyramids were designed, and people are going to sit here and watch this video and shit talk me for saying you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. No, I don't. I'm somebody from the mid fucking West that grew up hunting, fishing, drinking, having fun, didn't give a shit about this.
Right,
but I know enough to know that, like what you said, they were designed to, follow the solar system things, and for you to say, these rooms were measured perfectly. No, the fuck they're not. They are to a tape measure. But back then, they didn't do that on purpose.
Or did they?
What the fuck did they measure with? The dicks?
I don't know, but whatever they did, even the stones, each stone.
Not on the outside. Well, that's over deterioration of time.
Exactly.
But I mean, like,
if you go on the inside where the weather.
You cut a stone back then. I can take a saw right now and cut you a perfectly square fucking stone.
Right, but they didn't have any of that.
No, that hair on a fucking chisel.
And so that was the other thing he brought up.
Yes.
Because one of the whole big myths I've heard my whole life.
Did they even have the wheel?
They're like, how did they get him up there? And I've heard theories about a mud bridge.
Bigfoot.
No, I've heard theories about a mud bridge. He even said these rocks individually weigh so much that, for one, they would have had to transport all this mud in to build the ramp to get him up there. For two, the size of these rocks, they would have never got him up there.
No,
they would have got stuck. Like, it wouldn't have made it. He also brought up a deal, and once again, I don't know all the
Did he say if pyramids are actually diamonds?
No, they're not.
Because I've seen a thing that
they're not because they have an aquifer underneath of them with tunnels, series of tunnels, and that's where
every pyramid or just certain ones.
All of them.
All of them. Okay.
And that's where they're supposed to conduct this electricity because of the water flow.
What electricity?
Okay, so it's a friction electricity. It's because of the water flowing underneath of them. And the type of stone that they're made out of is conductive.
So they stick together.
So it's a sound wave, is what he said. And he said he believes there was a symbol on one of the Egyptian tables, and he went back and looked at it.
It's a magnet.
And that table, no, that symbol has something to do with kind of a magnet, but that symbol has something to do with sound waves, and we use it still to this day. Something to do. I can't remember. Like I said, I can't remember all this because the dude filled me so full of information in like fucking an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I had to turn it off. But he said, have you ever watched them take sand and they put it on top of like a glass surface, and then they use sound waves with a speaker to make it move and into shapes?
Yeah.
There's a tone.
Yeah.
That you can take it to that makes that symbol. You could literally pour, and Sean Ryan put in a little video clip to show it. They throw the sand on top of this glass. They turn that speaker to that specific wavelength. It made that symbol. I'm like, shut the front door. And then they show water coming out of a hose. And he was able to, and it's got something to do with spiral. God, I wish I could remember it. But they turned that speaker to that wavelength, aimed at that water coming out of a hose, and it made it spiral all the way down. Like, it's trippy. So something to do with the sound wave, the water running underneath, and the conductivity of that.
And like, that's my thing is, people think human beings built that.
No way.
I'm not disagreeing with this guy.
I think I think if God could make us, and he could make all of this, why wouldn't he make something else? Because naturally the human
are trial and error, just like, so where do we learn trial and error from?
But the human brain is naturally curious.
Oh, very.
And so,
but was God human? So would he be curious, or would he just try certain things for shits and gigs?
No, God's not human. But in the same breath, why wouldn't God put all of this on here to keep us busy?
Oh yeah,
like to keep
us distracted from what else is out there.
Right.
Yeah. Where?
But right. But why wouldn't he? And see, he talked about that too. Like a giant interstellar war. When this dude started talking about,
could you fucking imagine?
Oh
Guardians of the Galaxy pulls up.
No.
Like, it's real.
If Groot shows up at my house, I'm losing my mind.
I'm gonna shoot him and hang him on my wall.
Not me.
Oh yeah.
No, I want him to plant my whole back end with trees.
What the fuck? Why? They're just gonna grow around off.
I don't care. At least for a while, I'll have pretty trees.
Okay, I'm having your dad's stuff rock.
Where are you hunting at? In the field of Groot.
Yeah. How many of these trees over here, big dog?
Come over and stick your finger in this.
See, and that's I said it last time, like, cause you asked me, you said, do you think we're the only thing out here? And I'm like, no, we can't be. There's no fucking way. And I think what, like you said, he put things here to distract us, and human beings are curious. We're very curious creatures, and oh god, I call us a creature. People are gonna flip the fuck out.
Well, you are kind of a creature,
but
it's not natural to have that much hair on your face and not on your head. Scratch your 5 head.
Yeah, right.
You did.
I
think you should show him.
He put it too far apart.
Look.
He put us too far apart from something. He probably did that for a reason. And I'm not spiraling down this fucking, nothing against religion, but that's a whole, some people, oh boy. But they always say stay away from politics and religion when you record.
Oh, for sure.
But
no politics.
What was I gonna say? But I think things are placed a certain way for a certain reason. Like, we're not meant to find something yet, because as human beings, science and technology is changing every single day.
Here's my thing.
Because how far is that fucking telescope gone that we sent out there that we can still somehow communicate with?
Right.
And so to me, it's like, okay, if this is a real thing, like the space landing, but like if this is a real thing, why have we that thing? I think they released that thing when I was in school, and it's like, we ain't found shit, dog. We did find. I think we did find a planet that was supposedly had water and had, from what they could see, green shit.
Could sustain life.
Or
had in the past.
I'm thinking, okay, but it would take us fucking hundreds of years to get there. And I'm like, all right, well, there's a reason for that.
Dude kind of solved that too.
There's probably something fucking there, and we can't get there unless we reproduce on the way.
So this dude was talking about dimensions. This piece of paper I'm going to have to show you.
Okay.
So he was talking about dimensions and how one dimension is just a straight line. 2 dimensions is like something you draw on a paper. He's trying to say that we live in the 3rd dimension.
Which we've said for a long time.
Right. So we're 3rd dimension. There's some once again, I can't remember. I think it was Raytheon or somebody. I don't remember. Anyway, he was trying to say some company has a place in Antarctic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This intrigued this shit out of me. And there was a general back in the day that went there and swears that when they flew in to the Antarctic, that the ground opened up and there was almost a tropical. This was like a big dude back in the day, like 60s.
Yeah.
A tropical area in the Arctic that was covered up. And
that's how Kong the Skull Island was made.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and they had this thing where it was like a circle and atoms hit each other and it was causing little miniature black holes. They had figured out how to create a miniature black hole. And I guess everybody was freaking out in the world. Like this was true. Sean Ryan had even heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was freaking out. They're like, black holes in space are dangerous, super dangerous. Like they destroy worlds.
Yeah.
And they're like, why are they letting these people do it on Earth? Like, why are they even trying it? So this dude thinks that they're trying to create a stable wormhole. And he's like, why? He said, for travel. And I'm like, shut up.
This is how my.
So he starts talking about the 4th dimension. And the way he explained it to Sean Ryan. So if you got a piece of paper and this is where you're at and this is where you want to go.
You fold it in half.
Yes. He said you do that And with a wormhole, you could travel from point A to point B without taking the journey. You just pop and you're there. You think we'll ever get to that point? Like, do you think that's even feasible?
I mean, we'll be dead.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But, like, do you think I think where I'm getting at.
Do you put that in the same category as time travel?
No, because you're not, and he even specifically said that. You're not beating time.
How are you not?
Or let me rephrase that. You're not traveling in different time periods.
That's just like
you're beating time.
Like Doctor fucking the Avengers, Doctor Strange. He opens the hole, walks through.
Kind of on that line.
But it's like
is what this guy was explaining, and I'm like, oh wow. Like that's my whole premise for bringing this up. I don't think, even if this is possible, if it's possible, I don't think the human brains are ready for it.
We never were ready for anything.
Like I think the whole world would lose its mind if that came out. That we could actually do that. I mean, it would blow my mind. I don't think we're ever going to have to worry about it in Kansas. No. I don't think anybody. Sorry, guys, I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't think anybody in Kansas is smart enough to do that kind of stuff.
No.
I think if they were, they already transported them out of Kansas, and they're living somewhere close to wherever they can be smart.
Yeah.
But like, dude, it just blew my mind because I'm thinking some of this stuff I can't even wrap my head around. I don't know. Like that whole inquiring minds want to know. I kind of want to know. I'm going to have to research some of this stuff now because like the whole pyramids and these emerald tablets, I got to know what these emerald tablets are. I've never done any research on it. I'm going to. Mm-hmm. I have to know where these came from, what they're all about. And he said, like I said, I haven't watched the whole episode. He said that he's going to give Sean all the links to fact check all this stuff that he was talking about and where you could go to like see the different translations or whatever of these tablets. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to see it. I think Bigfoot wants to see it.
Having ADHD and this going through my brain, like
You don't think so?
I've stated I think there are things way the fuck far out that we will never find.
Right.
And if we do find it, we'll never be able to know we found it because my thing is, if the moon landing was real, how the fuck did you communicate back to Earth? Because, this is my thing. I mean, but then now the International Space Station, that's not that hard to do, I'm sure. There's satellites up there with them bitches.
My thing is if we landed on the moon one time,
why have we been back since?
Why have we never done it again?
You ever seen Transformers or Aliens?
You think Optimus Prime's really up there?
Oh, I hope so. I want to meet that motherfucker.
Autobots roll up.
But I'm trying to think of how far I want to dive into this.
At first. Really? You don't say.
We have no way of knowing, even if we fucking tried to send like different humans that could repopulate on the way to that planet that they fucking found that could possibly sustain life.
Right.
I mean, we said fuck it. We sent some people out there.
They'd be too old by the time they got there.
Well, if they could repopulate throughout the stages of time, like say it's 100 years from here to there.
Are you talking about SpaceX?
I mean, fuck it, why not?
Not SpaceX, space sex.
No, yeah, fuck it. I mean, I'd have sex in space.
Wow. That got awkward.
Would you? You're fucking floating in the air.
That would be kind of cool.
You're like, come here. But I mean, like, if we could make it happen, I feel like we would never know. How would we communicate?
True.
Because
he said something about sending that frequency that I was talking about.
My thing is if it's 100 years from now, say to get to that said planet,
I'll be dead.
will be dead. The people who sent them off will be dead. And you're going to have to keep training people in this stage to be waiting for communication that could possibly never fucking happen. Maybe, and even if by then we could establish communication that far, they're already gone.
Have you ever seen Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey?
Is that the one where he's in a spaceship and shit?
Well, that's the one where his daughter had the books moving on the bookshelf, and they never could figure out why, and it was the dust and everything, and then you get to the certain part in the movie, and it was him actually doing it from another dimension.
Oh.
And, like, he did this time travel and went to some planet, and you age, or time passes by really fast. And what was like a day for him was 30 years or something.
Damn.
Yeah. And so he finally makes it to a space station because Earth was becoming uninhabitable. Mm-hmm. And he makes it to a space station, and his daughter is there. And his daughter is on her deathbed.
Oh, damn.
And he's still the same age as he was when he left Earth, because of this dimension that he went to and got back out of.
Like, okay.
I'm like, oh my gosh, what if that could happen? Well, what if a person could travel through something like that?
Well, here's my thing. Like what you said about this whole tropical island and the Antarctic thing. Human beings, we have literally, well, from what I can remember and what I know and what I see on things I see it on, we try every new idea we have. We do. I mean, we push the limits of humanity a lot. I mean,
yeah,
we've literally created diseases that kill people, not just United States, countries. I mean, China, yeah. But like, was it genocide? But like we've tested our limits on everything.
Right.
Like nuclear warfare. I mean, we built bombs that could wipe out half the planet. Right. For what? I mean, just I got bigger dick. But I mean, like.
You do?
No, probably not.
Just kind of a little guy.
But we've tried everything we can think of. People that make movies, like I feel like the movies weren't always designed. It was someone had an idea, like, oh, this would be a great movie, and I feel like somebody's tried it. Like scientifically, they've tried things.
That
like
I've seen on movies,
like the movie you just talked about. That they've tried. They've tried that, and the thing is we probably tried dumb shit like that.
I want a cryo chamber. I want to be able to go to sleep right now and wake up in 100 years and still be 46 and fat.
Okay, Demolition Man.
That would be cool.
Oh, it would be.
And but see, no, I say that. It wouldn't be cool because then I'd miss seeing my kids and like all that. I mean, in a certain world, it'd be cool.
But that's just like they say how, like, different realities. Do you believe in that? How when they say today you had a shitty, like you probably didn't have a shitty day.
I never had a shitty day.
Like today when we were shit hunting and we only found 6 or 5, somebody in a different reality found 20. And somebody in a different reality found 0. Like the whole reality thing, the whole like, you know, there's multiple realities.
Multiples of me running in different realities.
Doing the same shit.
I hope if that's true, the other realities are having a way better time than I am. Like, I hope they're killing it.
But, like, it's like the same thing. Like, I'm pretty sure there's movies about people going to different realities and seeing their other self succeeding or seeing them failing and seeing what they did that they should do better. And I'm sure there's, if not, I fucking just made a movie idea. Sign me, Hollywood. But
you're not cute enough to be the actor, though.
Oh, I'll just direct it.
I want Matthew McConaughey to play me. That's what I think I'd feel. That's what I feel I'd look like if I was skinny and not ugly and fat. And if I was completely different, I'd look just like him.
All right.
All right.
But
my favorite movie ever.
You got any weed?
Be a lot cooler if you did.
But if that's your favorite movie, that was a guess.
I love it.
Oh well,
it was. That's my favorite movie.
But
Party at the Moon Tower.
In my opinion, to sum all this up for me in my head, mankind may have helped build the pyramids, but we just didn't do it ourselves.
That's all he's saying. This dude's saying that like another civilization that was ahead of us and smarter than us.
What if they were gifts?
That's what he's saying. That they were smarter than us and they come down and they give He even went into the Freemasons.
No, like not even they helped us build them. Like, what if they're just like, here you go?
They showed us how to build them.
They just dropped them off
and stayed with us and helped us build them. Is what he's saying. And then,
but why is there no proof of that on these fucking tablets?
Well,
because don't you think that they would have?
They're in some aspects. That's what he does. He just researches this stuff all the time, and he goes to Egypt all the time. And in some aspects, he said, if you look at these hieroglyphs, they do show them, because they show different scenarios where, like, they showed this one person sitting on a stool, facing a table in a hieroglyph. But the people he was talking to, or looked like he was talking to, were considerably smaller. And the stool that he's sitting on had two people that same size inside of it. Almost like these people were like 9 feet tall. And like the civilization back then treated them as like a deity.
Oh, this is why they worship cats, though. They were cat people.
Right.
They were like cat figurines.
Well, like, this one looked, and I mean, in the hieroglyph they showed.
Because they always wear them fucking things.
The weird headdresses.
Yeah, but what if that's what they actually look like?
And he says the Sphinx.
Yeah.
Well, how it's got a human face.
Mm-hmm. What if that was their pants, dog?
Okay, so that
they had a human with a cat.
Well, they said the head was not proportioned to the body.
Yeah.
And everybody used to think that it was a cat, and that they reshaped the head into a human. He says that it was originally this Akhman Ra.
We fuck cats.
No. So this Akhman Ra was originally what we call King Tut type guy. Yeah. He was their king. He says this Akhman Ra, that cat, or the Sphinx, was originally carved, and the head was his son's likeness.
Oh.
And his son died. So he had it recarved to look like his nephew. And that's why it's smaller than the body, because they had to take material off to reshape the face to look like his nephew.
So it was just an idea he had, like, my son liked cats or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. But it never had a cat head, is what he's saying.
No, it had a human head with the whole, like, thing on it.
Yeah.
Everything, but like.
And because originally everybody thought, oh, it was a lion. And they didn't like the lion, so they shaved it or carved its head into a human to be some deity or whatever. No, he debunked that too. Okay. And he says he's got proof of it. And he also says there's some kind of crystal that the general public doesn't get to see. This dude's got some kind of free pass because he's like some knowledgeable human in this stuff. He can go places in Egypt around the Sphinx and the pyramids that the average Joe can't go.
It's a crystal? And does what?
A perfectly round. It's the same material, the conductive material, that the blocks of the pyramid are carved out of. The kicker is this one has been hidden underneath something, so it hasn't had the depredation over years of weather and shit to turn it into those rocks. I'm telling you, dude, like, you gotta watch this episode and see. That's what I want you to do. I want you to watch this episode and see what you get out of it, and then we could totally have this conversation again. Because, like, some of it, I'm like, is this dude for real? I will say...
Is it like the last of its fucking kind?
I can watch some of them shows on TV and you're like, them people are absolutely full of shit.
Because human beings have been fucking collecting coal and fuel for hundreds of years?
He also said that this whole age of electric cars is not going to last. That we're going to be going to hydrogen cars because hydrogen, I guess, is way more efficient and readily available because it's made out of water. Here's the other thing he said too. Like, dude, it's all coming to me in waves. You know, and it's so
is I can't say what I want to say because of politics.
Okay, anyways. so I can say this. He said, and I did not know this, and I'm gonna have to look this up. Did you know that the U.S. military has a ship that they built that runs on hydrogen?
Guarantee it.
Sean Ryan even knew it. I've never heard of such a thing. That ship never has to come in for fuel. It takes water pulls the hydrogen atoms out of it, recycles it back into the ocean, and runs off of it. Like, that's stupid cool. And I guess I did look it up afterwards. There's been a lot of people that have made a hydrogen engine for cars, and they can drive them around the world. Yes, they do.
Okay. I want to say some shit, but I can't say some shit because I love your wife. She's a nice lady. Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh, there's so much cool stuff out there that I didn't realize.
Oh, just. Anyways.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
But yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look up Egypt. I think that's all there is to it. I'm gonna have to look some of this stuff up because I didn't realize that it was. He talked about Stonehenge. He talked about some place in Turkey. Did you know there's a place in Turkey, the country, that has a pyramid?
Where else would you be talking about?
I mean, not a wild turkey. Those turkeys.
Face of turkey's ass looks like a pyramid.
Never really looked that close, is there?
I don't fucking know. There's a place in Turkey that has pyramids.
Yeah,
probably.
Like
there's also one in Nashville, Tennessee. It's made of glass. Should see that one? It's Bass Pro.
It's not in Nashville. It's in Memphis. It's in Memphis, and it's a Bass Pro now.
It's a pyramid.
There's one in Vegas.
It's glass,
and it's a casino.
Right. They're pyramids. Why don't we talk about them?
I'm Paul Harvey. Good day. I mean, I just wanted to give out some really good information.
Right.
Paul Harvey. Good day.
How come whenever... Oh, I don't know if I should say that. How come whenever Americans build pyramids, no one talks about them, dog?
I mean, they're pretty.
I mean, they got lights in them.
I don't know if ours are turned at the right axis or nothing. Yeah. The one in the Luxor, the one in Vegas, that light, they said, shines into space.
Yeah.
They said it's so bright you can stand in the pyramid and look up and see stars in the broad daylight.
Yeah.
That's friggin' cool.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a flashlight.
We're just sending a fucking beacon out, dog.
Right? Here we are.
Over here.
Tune in Tokyo.
Yeah. But, no,
I mean, I'm not ever been real big on the whole aliens and Area 51 and little green guys and all that egg-shaped heads and all that stuff. Some of this stuff kind of intrigued me. That's the reason I brought it up, because it's like, wait a minute.
I love how
maybe aliens
subject. While he's rambling, we talked about this, and we're making a fucking podcast about shooting shit and blowing shit up and animals.
And here we are talking about aliens,
conspiracy theories, and aliens, and fucking just.
I mean, we did go shed hunting today. That's outdoorsy, and I thought about it the whole time because I was like, I gotta talk to him about this.
But. I don't, dude. I could
so much so
I have to watch it and we'll recap it. But
it's trippy. Like, it's trippy.
So okay,
basically,
if we're throwing this shit out there, I have a question for you.
All right,
because I went down this fucking wormhole. First off, I'm not a super religious guy. I'm not like stupid religious.
He will be. I'm working on him.
No, like what I'm saying, like you can tell by me tattoos. Fuck all.
I got them everywhere too.
Fuck all. I mean, I
was raised in church.
I drink on the weekends.
Well, that doesn't make you bad.
I mean, whatever we're talking about. But I mean, like, the reason why this popped in my head is you started talking about things, and I haven't. I'm drawing a blank for some fucking reason. Jesus had kids.
ADHD.
Right? No.
No.
Okay. Question. So I went down this wormhole when I watched the fucking movie. And it is like what you're talking about. It's a two-sided thing. The last Da Vinci movie, the Da Vinci Code movie.
There's Angels and Demons?
No, that's the second one. Then there's a third one. Okay. That's the one about the girl they find out who is related to Jesus Christ. She's a blood relative, and that's why this church was after her.
Like a descendant.
Yeah, it's descendant.
Yeah, but I don't think she was a descendant.
No, she was related to somebody who was married to Jesus, or was Jesus Christ's relative.
No. What they said was, she was a direct descendant of Adam and Eve.
Right.
Which we all are.
Yeah.
But that's not his kids. He created them.
But they could tie her back to it.
Right.
So, like, is that real?
I mean, they can tie us all back to Adam and Eve.
But it was like direct chain link. Like it was so. God damn it! I need to rewatch the movie. But it was something major.
God doesn't need a damn. Just to clarify.
It was something like along those two lines about how she was related to all of that, like directly.
Right.
We're all technically direct, whatever. But it was like wham, like they were wanting her because of her bloodline.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, holy shit! Like,
I wonder, there's really somebody like that?
I wonder if that's real. And you can look that shit up.
Could be.
And, you can do a lot of research, and it'll fuck with your head. So you might look into that. But it'll, like, they say that there are people that are, like, directly tied back to all of that. Like,
well, this dude.
I went down some fucking wormhole that said, you know how... we did a lot of fucking back then. But, I can't remember who it was. It was somebody. I need to do more research. I need a fucking notepad. I need a Goucher notepad. I should have done my research when I didn't know where this was going. And my ADHD brain is all off in fucking the right field, and most people play left. But or vice versa, whichever one.
You play in the left field.
But it was something I spotted in this wormhole that there was somebody who was direct linked to, like, one of the first people ever, like after Adam and Eve, one of the first people. I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
He's like, he had a piece of paper,
like a lineage, family lineage,
and like had a piece of paper that had been passed down for so long, and each male that was born, their name got put on this paper, and this fucking paper was not your normal fucking paper. It came from then, and it was like animal skin still now, and it had everybody's name, and like so many of them are actually in the Bible.
Was my name on there?
I mean, bro, this was a while back. This is when that movie first came out, and yeah, it just fucked with my head. I'm thinking, wow, I wonder, like, are those people like protected? Like,
I'm telling you, you gotta watch this episode. That dude was talking about, like...
Do you think if aliens are real and they're here, they're protected? Like, do you think they have free fucking range?
Like an endangered species?
No, like, how, like, we have, like, that whole, what's that shit that they, like, when your husband murders
protected
everybody?
Custody.
Yeah, like, you think they have that. Like, they come here, they check into Area 51 as a hotel, and then they're like, I'm gonna go explore, and I'm gonna fuck bitches. I mean, like... Could you imagine one day you wake up and find out your dad's actually not from here?
Oh, that would be so cool.
I'm like, why didn't you give me the cool dick?
He wouldn't tell me. Yeah, he wouldn't tell me.
But I mean, like...
Wait a minute. If that's the thing, my dad's not. He's not. Because I'm not.
Shout out to the head painter dog.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, like kind of like Men in Black shit. They got that.
I love those movies.
But, like, like they come into a place, they check into like customs, and then they get to go for
What's up, Larry? Everything's cool. And then he peels his skin off, and he's some five-eyed midget.
Yeah, like I don't think.
Oh wait, that wasn't politically correct. Little person. Are they getting that the way they're supposed to say it? Midget.
I don't know.
Person. Oh, I said it again. Don't say midget.
Anyways, but like down that aspect, like I'm gonna say the people that are on the people you see on those, in my opinion, the people you see on those hieroglyphics or whatever that have the heads, like the full head of the animal, whatever you would call that, dog head, cat head, whatever the fuck it is. Like, how they're standing above everybody.
They're from Pet Cemetery.
They're they're the alien thing. And then the ones you see wearing the thing that you can see the human face, but they have like the ear fucking things.
Right.
Those are like us worshiping them. Like, do we worship aliens? I don't know.
Interesting. I don't know.
I gotta fucking watch this Sean Ryan episode.
I'm telling you, it's quite the mind reader, to say the least. There was some stuff in it. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Make you second guess like things you thought. That was the part that totally intrigued me about it. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never heard this before. But he talked about like Freemasons and how they have information. He says the original Freemasons.
Shout out to my old lady stepdad.
No, I'm not making this up.
No, dead ass.
Is he a Freemason?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when he says the original Freemasons, they came from Egypt.
Right.
Like the Freemasons were the ones that built the pyramids.
You know what my
with
favorite
these
movie of all
people's or these things or these deities or whatever's help. The Freemasons were the ones that used the metric system that supposedly didn't even exist then. And I'm like, oh. And then he starts talking about the Knights of Templar and how the Knights of Templar have been
Shout
around.
out National Treasure.
Right. How the Knights of Templar have been around longer than we thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
And they were specifically trying to protect religion so people would realize where everything came from and not think that these things were the gods.
Do you think the movie National Treasure is a thing?
I don't really remember it. I know I've seen
with
it.
Nicolas Cage, and they have like all the hieroglyphic symbols and stuff, and they make this into a map.
And he walks around with a black light and like finds that symbol on something and goes in.
No, that's fucking a Da Vinci Code, dog. But
okay, I see.
The National Treasure was with Nicolas Cage, and his family was from Freemasons and shit like that.
Yeah.
And he finds the like Egyptian treasure and shit like that because of all these hieroglyphics, and they turned into all this other shit, and it's actually like a map.
Yeah. Like, I'm telling you. Some of this stuff that I heard
today,
go
fucking missing.
If this is real, if I go missing, don't come looking for me. I'm having fun because if this dude's right, when the good Lord comes to get me, I'm gonna be rolling.
No, I'm just saying, like aliens. I'm like, hey, you're gonna come with us. You're talking too much.
Yeah, for sure. I want to go. Come get me. Pick me up.
Ask Eric Cartman how that worked out.
Text me.
That's or me getting them spam calls.
Or wormhole me. We'll do lunch.
Wormhole me.
Yeah, not like that. You sick. Maybe you weren't thinking like I was. I know, but after I said it, I was like, "Oh wait, I don't want to be wormholed."
I was thinking the shit coming out of your mouth is hilarious, and then you just thinking butt shit. But
don't want to be wormholed like that.
God. All right, well. I'm gonna have to do some research on this so I can talk more.
I'm telling you, dude. It was. Here we are making a podcast about a podcast, but like it was one of the most interesting.
This is why I picked the name Shooting the Shit.
Yeah, it was one of the most interesting ones I've watched. And right before that, I watched the one with Dom I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's like 5 hours.
I know you should.
It took me 2 days of a little bit here and a little bit there to get through that whole one. That is a good human. Like, he is a good human, a good religious man, but he was the tip of the spear. Like, this dude was the head of the baddest group of individuals on the planet. Like a bad dude. But you listen to him talk, and as tough as he was, and I don't even know as much of a killer as he was, this dude sounds like he's got a heart bigger than him. Like just a good Christian, good human. But had that switch he could turn on and just like do unspeakable shit. That good?
No, it just left field, dog. We just like fucking made that like roundabout.
No, it was still on the whole Sean Ryan thing.
Sean Ryan thing, yeah. We went from.
But I'm still thinking about the aliens. I'm just saying, I watched that one first.
I started watching that one today. I really wanted his knives.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, the Reaper I think was one of them, and yeah.
But I couldn't remember the company. Do you remember the company?
No, I don't remember.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, you have to look it up. But I started watching. I got like 40 minutes in. But God, if you don't love this fucking show by now, because we went from shed hunting to
aliens
to fucking dimensions and time travel and fucking realities to This motherfucker is a badass Navy SEAL, dog.
He is. He was. Not even a badass Navy SEAL. He was like gold team.
Yeah.
That's what they said. He was like spec ops.
Oh, yeah.
Cream of the crop. And he was the leader of his pack, dude.
Yeah. But I just love how it's like, like, for like NASCAR, every turn's got a different subject.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
coming into turn one.
Actually, more like a fucking.
Look, we're making a left turn.
F1 racing because it's fucking.
I love F1. You want to go down that wormhole? I mean, we could add that to the conversation.
I don't really watch it much.
Oh, you need to watch.
I don't watch a lot of racing just because.
Nope, you don't even have to watch the racing because I'm not big on sitting and watching.
Show on Netflix.
F1 Drive to Survive.
I've seen it. I'm not the show, but I've seen it on Netflix.
You need to watch it. Me and my wife started watching it, and this is funny. She's the girly girl.
Yeah, very.
And she's the one that got me started watching it.
Really?
She's like, babe, I think we should watch this Formula One series on Netflix. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude. My wife still follows a lot of those drivers on social media and checks in to see who's winning and who's leading in points.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you don't even like racing.
Yeah.
And she does.
We'll say fucking NASCAR is boring.
I mean, they're really good at making left turns.
I mean, NASCAR in person's cool.
NASCAR in person is amazing.
I've been to the Kansas City Speedway. I've been there multiple times. That's fun.
That
the
is fun.
Atmosphere is fun. Sitting at home on my couch, I'm taking a fucking nap.
Oh, but it's great. You watch the first 5 laps because if there's going to be a good wreck, you take a big long nap and you catch the last 5 laps.
You catch the last
10 laps,
30 laps.
Oh no, I ain't got the attention span for 30 laps.
It's like
I can go with 5.
It's like golf. You only watch golf on the last day of the fucking show. I mean, like the last day of the 3-day thing.
I'm not even a golfer, but I got to be totally honest. It is kind of fun to watch sometimes on TV.
Mm-hmm.
The big tournaments.
Oh yeah, the Masters.
Because you watch those guys, you can tell which one has the mental fortitude because all the rest of those guys, you can systematically watch them crumble from hole to hole. They're losing. Not those holes. Hole to hole to hole to hole. Crumbling. Crumbling on their holes. But that's a reel right there, let me tell you. Crumbling on the holes. People are going to be like, what is he talking about? Golf.
My brain hurts.
I know I'm hole crumbling.
My hole's crumbling right now? No, I'm everywhere. I mean, like, I want to go home and get on my computer and fucking research. Last time I did that, my shit got shut down.
Emerald tablets.
Yeah.
That's.
Well, first I'm gonna go home and watch the Sean Ryan episode, so I can wrap my brain around it.
Yes.
Second, then I'm gonna fucking
Billy Carson.
I'm going to holy fuck, I forgot.
Then you're gonna spiral down a wormhole and start researching the stuff that Billy Carson talks about.
And then my computer's gonna get shut off again.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's phenomenal.
That's a thing, by the way.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Not for me though.
But if hypothetically, if he was looking for something he shouldn't have been looking for, they shut his computer down.
Found it.
Found it.
But
you want another beer?
Sure, fuck it. We're here to we're in it to win it now. I'm just oh god.
I'm telling you, this Billy Carson thing.
So today we went shed hunting.
Today we went shed hunting, and now we're talking about Egyptian pyramids.
This is what happens when hunting seasons are over. I mean, we got turkey season coming up, but I mean,
oh for sure. And I've killed so many turkeys.
It's not fun. I mean, it's fun.
This year,
I take my kid.
Well, this year, I don't know. Here you go again. We're going to totally change subject. But you talked about it. Now I'm thinking about it.
I was just saying, since hunting season's over, this is where our brains are. We're bored.
But with turkey season this year, it's going to be a little different in Kansas. Wow. Our population's down so much that they're not going to, I don't think they're going to issue out-of-state tax.
Oh, fuck. You know how many how many I hit on the highways?
I know, but the population
right into the car.
The population in this area is bad.
Mm.
Like I used to have a guaranteed flock behind my house.
Really?
And I'm lucky if I see a hen and 4 or 5 babies now.
Why? Is there some kind of disease?
Just so many people. Well, they said the drought didn't help them.
Oh no, they didn't have anything.
And it's just so many out-of-state hunters.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that Kansas was pretty lenient on was
not the fucking deer population.
No.
Fuck.
But the turkeys, I mean, I don't think it was as expensive for them to get an out-of-state tag
for turkey hunting. Probably not.
And used to.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how it did with out-of-state, but in-state, you could get 2 turkey tags in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
And you could also get a fall turkey tag while you're sitting in the deer stand.
Yeah. Because you can get a twofer.
No fall turkey season for this year.
Yeah.
They're not doing that. And I don't believe you can get more than 1 turkey if you're in-state. If you're out-of-state, I'm not sure you're even going to be able to get a tag. They're limited it to 1 turkey per.
Can't we do some changing on the deer population?
Well, they do. Well, in the super overpopulated areas, they give out multiple doe tags now.
Yeah,
like there's certain units where you can get up to like 7 or 8 doe tags.
Isn't it different if you're a landowner in certain areas?
And in some of them, if you're a landowner, you can get multiple doe tags
to like thin out the population.
Yes, because I know several guys that's got pretty good sized farms,
but them motherfuckers,
and they need to go on doe patrol and like kill, because in their area out west of us, man, they're thick. They're so thick. And I got a buddy that owns an auto body shop, and he stays in business purely off a deer. He will, just about the time he catches up from deer season last year,
ladies and gentlemen, 72 in February.
Deer season starts up again, and like he goes from one deer season right into the next. He's still working on cars from the previous one.
Yeah. Well,
when they start hitting him again.
That's what my brother, whenever he worked at the body shop in town, he said it was about the time you started getting those fall nights. Car starts fucking rolling in. You know, in the summertime, they're not really. I mean, they're moving early morning. Like when I would drive to work, 4 a.m. You're gonna see deer any time of the year because it's cooler in the morning. But you know, I've seen deer in the wintertime, 1, 2 in the afternoon.
Well, and it all goes back to rut.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck.
When the
rut starts, you're fucked.
Yeah, but during the summertime, that's the least of their mind, and the deer in their home range. Most of them,
highway.
When you got and you got good crop fields.
Yep.
They don't have to leave. They have their little home area, like where we walk today, that I call the bedroom.
Yeah.
They go from that
easy.
Not our bedroom.
I mean,
I have a spot where I shed hunt, and it literally you walk into it. It's a bunch of cedar trees. It's nothing but bedding, and it smells like deer.
Yeah,
and it's usually
you could tell the smell.
The musty.
Yeah,
it's usually 100% guarantee you're gonna find sheds in it.
We did.
And we didn't get.
We found some.
We got 40 yards from it, and I found the first fresh shed with still blood on the burr.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
Didn't quite go the way we wanted it to, because that was the only fresh one I found other than the deadhead.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found that match set from last year.
Yeah.
Which I think we got pictures of all that, right?
Yeah, we got pictures and video.
So he can put that video, tag it on the end here so you can see some of it.
Yeah.
And you videoed a couple of them great big rubs that were like on trees the size of a fence post.
Yeah. But what a fucking episode.
I'm telling you. I had no intention of spiraling down a wormhole and jumping around like we have.
Yeah.
Because it's been some random shit.
Oh yeah.
But I'm telling you, that shout out to Sean Ryan. Even though you probably never see this, I enjoy watching that podcast.
Yeah.
He gets some.
What the fuck started us watching it?
Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh yeah.
That's what got me started on it. I had never watched the Skinwalker Ranch. Once again, aliens.
Yeah.
Never watched it. Watched the episode with Brandon Frugal, who owns the Skinwalker Ranch and is like some big real estate mogul, super rich dude.
Yeah.
And he kept it hid for a long time that he even owned it. Watched that episode, and boy, did that change everything.
Yeah, because
then I started finding out that he's friends with all of the tier 1 guys, and he's like,
shout out Eddie Penny.
Yeah, cool dude.
Love to meet that guy.
And Marcus.
Who's a dude from Canada.
Yeah, there's so many of them. Dom. A lot of those guys. Like, spiraled down a wormhole, and for, I think, probably 3 weeks solid.
Do you think Dom doesn't have friends? He has family.
This is not Fast and the Furious, dude. Not at all.
I had to. I fucking had to. I'm sorry.
But, yeah, he did have a pretty sweet car. You know, that's another one. If we're just going to squirrel out on all this different shit, let's talk about it. Why does a normal movie have maybe a sequel or another sequel? Why does Fast and the Furious really have 10 of them?
I don't know. Watch Club Shay Shay and let them watch Cat Williams.
Oh, Cat be calling people out like crazy.
He'll tell you.
That was hilarious. You don't think anybody actually S the D to get those per se movies, do you?
He did say
he did. Somebody had to Gog 3000.
He said he was approached by the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Oh,
God damn it. He did. And it was something with like holding your hands just right. And I feel like I should just do that.
If I do this right where my hands are.
Here's a second, the JJ.
But yeah, you know, you ever see like those people that.
I'd kind of like to know what that means. Anybody want to comment what that hand symbol means? You know, the way they hold their thumbs or their fingers or whatever it is. I'd like to know. I need a definitive answer. I don't want none of this Egyptian pyramid stuff that's going to make me squirrel out. And
you've already fucking went there, dog.
I know. I'm so going to have to try to get some sleep this weekend. Because now.
You have that problem. I do.
Not normally, but I'm going to now. Because I'm going to go home after we get done doing this, and I'm going to sit down, and I'm totally going to start looking some of this stuff up.
Right.
Because inquiring minds need to know. I watched The X-Files when I was a kid.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, freak me out.
Oh, God. It's just like Unsolved Mysteries.
What about it? That was a good show, too.
And on that note,
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
We've talked about the whole merch thing. We talked about that today. We have an idea. We are going to set up a little meeting thing, go by, talk to a place, an actual business, next week.
Yep, get all this stuff lined out.
At the post of this video, it will already have happened.
Yep, we're going to get these hats lined out.
I have a plan for that.
Yep, going to get them rolling.
And then new equipment coming soon. This stuff is going to be different.
Go bye-bye.
I'm going to try to have things a lot better figured out.
I think we're finally going to figure out the audio as well.
But I ordered some audio mixers and stuff I'm ordering some audio mixers and stuff like that. But yeah, we're getting there.
We're excited.
We're getting there.
I am. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to where this could go.
Yeah, I'm loving the reactions. I'm loving the comments.
Me too.
I'm loving the shit talking on him.
I'm feeling 60.
But I have a feeling some of the TikToks might use me this time. And see if I can get some people to shit talk on me. But you're a fucking hit.
I'm kind of good that way.
You're a fucking hit, you 60-year-old fuck.
I'm telling you. If you got to be 60 to be a hit, whatever.
I'm never gonna let that down. Shout out to my daughter.
Yeah, because she's the one that saw it.
Because I would have never looked to have seen it.
I know, I wouldn't have never seen the comments, and then you called me, and I'm like, no.
Most people didn't comment on our stuff. They just liked it, or they just watched it, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just like...
And some of them wrote a novel.
Loved it.
Like, they were so adamant about their point of view, like, because there was a couple of those reels that did make us look like a money hungry greedy hunter, and I'm totally not.
But it was clickbait to get you to watch the video,
and it worked.
Who watched the video, they came back and commented and said, "Oh, I get what you're saying now."
Oh, it worked.
Like we established that.
Yeah.
And you find me a fucking streamer who's not gonna clickbait something.
I mean, I thought it was cool.
Streamer, YouTube vlogger, whatever you want to fucking call it.
Thank y'all. Because the views are just blowing through the ceiling. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, so, yeah, we're slowly working on it. We're making our goal happen. I I'm
gonna be dancing shirtless before you know it.
I mean, like Bert Kreischer can do it.
That's what I'm saying. Fat guys with no shirt on. It's a thing.
I kind of want to.
I'm not as hairy as him though.
He shouts out Rogan a lot. I want to be on that fucking show. I want to go to Two Bears.
Two Bears, One Cave.
As a fucking.
For sure.
God.
That would be fun.
Or New Heights. That'd be great too.
New Heights would be fun. Just because we're from Kansas and I love Travis Kelce.
Because I want to shotgun a beer against Jason Kelce.
I think I could beat him.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you who you couldn't beat.
Who?
Luke Combs.
No, that dude's a beast.
Fuck.
Beast.
Well, watch him shotgun a beer Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
at the concert.
Yeah.
Oh, Happy Patty.
Fucking dope.
Speaking of which, when this comes out, when this comes out,
Super Bowl.
It'll be Super Bowl coming up.
No,
and who did I say was going to go?
You said the Lions.
I did say the Lions.
So did I.
And it's not. But I also said the Chiefs, and it is. Go Pacheco.
He could have done better.
He's going to do better.
Oh, yeah. I hope he has a great Super Bowl.
The dude's great.
Fucking sports broadcast brought to you by Mike and Kodi.
Yeah. Even though we've talked about aliens and hunting and all this other stuff.
Right now.
And Luke Combs, now we're talking about sports.
Let's see, what else can we talk about? Weed.
Yeah. I mean, it's legal in Missouri.
Right?
Let's talk about cooking. What's your favorite recipe?
The Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispie Treats.
That's not a recipe. That's called the Munchies.
Have
you been in Missouri?
It'll give you the Munchies, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Speaking of that, have you watched the guy that says, "What if the food was the edible"?
Yeah, he's the guy that started off cooking barbecue.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Love him.
Oh, fuck, he's hired and fuck.
Yeah, there's so many good content creators out there.
The food was the edible. And I'm like, he's fucked up. He's beyond fucked.
He was hiring a duck.
Right. I'm gonna do some mushrooms this week.
God.
And I'm gonna look up tablets, and then I'm gonna eat mushrooms.
No, emerald
tablets. And then I'm gonna chew up a bunch of fucking shit covered mushrooms.
Ew.
And then I'm gonna fucking trip the fuck out, and it will explain it all to me. That's what they say to do.
Really?
I don't fucking know. It's what you go to fucking Mexico and pay for.
Well, if it works,
Could you imagine going like on them detail or whatever them things is that Sean and I
watching
about?
one of them podcasts and then going
the fucking
no.
You think you'd come out like talking like an alien? Like you know everything?
I would have a new dialogue, I think. Yeah. I'd be able to transform into that fifth dimension and find them and talk to them and high five them and all that shit.
Sitting there on the shitter and you're watching. Who are you talking to? Shut up! You're talking about college.
I'm in a different dimension. You can't hear me.
She's like, "Why is your face in the toilet? Can you not see them?"
They're talking to me.
Babe, that's a turd. Yeah,
it's not nice if you don't respond.
It's Mr. Hanky Poo.
Howdy ho.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here before we.
Yeah, we have rambled a lot.
And on and on. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed
That was it. This is
all. Enjoyed the shit show.
Yeah, it was totally a shit show tonight.
It was a shit show tonight, but it was fun. I think we talked about today doing. I say this every time. We need to do another gun video. I don't know.
We do need to do another video. Is that somebody calling you from the prison again?
Oh my god! Before we fucking end this, before the recording started. And
this was great.
Before this
was great.
My phone goes off, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?" Because it said Missouri, and
Folsom Correctional Facility.
It didn't have the red on it.
No,
it said something Folsom or something Folsom Correctional Mental Facility, and I went to answer it, but it said I answered it, and it said the automated message. This is a free call from so and so.
And let me clarify before he goes any further. His boyfriend said, "I love you, babe. Please answer the phone."
And I said, "What the hell?" And I went to click the one to answer
it, and they hung up.
And it hung up. And he was like, "Boyfriend?"
So I think he secretly has a boyfriend in prison.
I'm pretty sure it was a mental hospital.
He's got a boyfriend in a mental hospital. If you're S and the D to somebody that's locked up, I don't want to know.
We need to do some research on what Folsom is.
I know. No, I think it was Fulton, Missouri.
It's Fulton, Missouri?
Yeah, I think so.
Why'd you say Folsom?
Folsom Prison.
Folsom.
That's in California.
Oh.
But I think it was Fulton, Missouri.
Fuck, I was all in on that too.
Folsom Prison. Johnny Cash sings about it. Folsom Prison Blues.
Oh, okay, yeah. My head hurts today. You have fucking ruined my brain today.
Can't help it. I don't even have ADHD that I know of.
We're signing off. That's the end. We're gonna leave it there.
That's it, and this is all.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys. Come on, say your dumb shit.
And we're out. Are we? Are we still on? We're still on. I think we're on. Oh, we're.